Hello, thank you so much for joining me. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of New York, Season 12, Episode 20. I believe we have one more episode after this. And this episode is titled, No Party Like a Mob Party. Okay, we have to address the elephant in the room. First of all, I am extremely disappointed that Dorinda is officially leaving the show. There is a lot of back and forth about whether she was fired or whether she quit or whether it was a combination of the two. But I have to say that I am going to miss her, because while yes, I really did not understand and did not like her bullying of Tinsley, I really feel like Dorinda added something different to the show, and she was funny, she was quirky, and yeah, she could get mean when she drank, and you know, it's just I enjoyed impersonating her so much. It was such a pleasure to impersonate her, and you know, who's going to remind LuAnn, I don't have a mugshot. I don't have a mugshot. I'm going to miss her. Anyway, that is sad, but that does not concern me as much as the fact that, or the apparent fact that, Bravo has really gone all in on Leah. And they've decided that they want to kind of restructure next season to, yes, to be more inclusive, which is fabulous, to be more inclusive in terms of age, but also that they really are interested in making Leah the kind of centerpiece of the show, which means a whole lot more of her sister, who you know I can't stand, and her boring mother. And while I am here for Leah, I think she's a lot of fun. I think she was a good addition to the show. Again, funny, sassy, interesting fashion choices. I was really here for Leah. But her mother and her sister, no, I don't care about them. They're just like some regular Irish Catholic family from, I don't know, upstate New York or whatever. Or did she say she grew up in the city? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know about you, and everyone's different. Everyone has their different opinions, but I am afraid of something that I will call the kind of like general lowering of the show, because I'm not speaking in terms of just, you know, class, which is an ugly word, but didn't we all originally start falling in love with these shows because there was something a little glamorous, something a little outside the norm, the everyday life? And if you're going to start and have people like Leah's family, who are dull and not interesting and in no way glamorous or aspirational on the show, what does that mean? What does that do? It just makes it... They can change it from, the original meaning of The Real Housewives was to say that these were women who had sort of married well and presumably had money, had some, you know, disposable income to be fashionable, to be glamorous, to go to interesting parties and social events. And we kind of wanted to see that world. You don't want to go too far, because if you go too far up the class or social ladder, you get those horrible facelifted Upper East Side women that Ramona is trying to get in with, and we don't want that. And yes, there is a point where, you know, you don't want the housewives to all be in their 70s either. So becoming younger, yes, absolutely. But I mean, for example, I thought Tinsley was an interesting addition to the show, even though she's whiny. Well, she wasn't that young. She was actually in her early 40s, but she seemed young. Leah's almost 40. She's like 38, but again, seems younger. Is she 38 or 36? Anyway, she seems younger. So yes, mixing it up a little bit, definitely. But if you just get rid of all of these original ladies, or what are you going to do? Like throw in a mix and have half the OGs and then bring in what? Leah's friends, are they the people who we're going to see at Leah's Married to the Mob party? Because these are streetwear designers, and they're very, I'm sure they're fun and interesting in a different way, and definitely very diverse, which is good. But I don't know, it's going to become like the real streetwear designers of Brooklyn. So I'm not sure. We don't know who Leah's friends are. I'm imagining who I think they might be, so we'll just have to see. But I feel like they're going to turn this all into, basically what they're going to try and do is they're going to try and turn the show into Rent without the AIDS and the drugs. Like interesting bohemian funky people of downtown. I guess, but then just give it a different name. That's a different show. Just kill the Housewives, kill it off, and do a different show. They're trying to take something that has a lot of old-time fans like me, who've been there since the beginning, who enjoy the glamorous vacations, the clothes, the parties, yes, and the silly drama between the ladies, of course. But I don't know. I'm really concerned, and I don't exactly understand what direction they're going in. They're making a lot of really strange choices, and I feel like they are facing off against the biggest competitor in the reality TV world, which is TLC's 90 Day Fiancé. And 90 Day Fiancé is really lowbrow. I mean, to the point where it had to stop recapping them, because I do recap 90 Day Fiancé, but there are people in the show that are just trashy, and the storylines are so fake that I will just not recap them. So, for example, I have one part of the franchise, Happily Ever After, where I am recapping 3 out of 6 couples, because 2 of the couples, one of the couples is I think mentally disturbed. One features just a flagrant, I feel, racist, in my opinion, and the other couple is just entirely 100% fake. So, but they are getting millions of watchers. They're getting millions of viewers. So I believe that Bravo wants to reach that. And so they want to reach out more and more to the person who might have enjoyed Jerry Springer or Maury Povich in the past. I don't know. I hope I'm just worried for nothing. But it concerned me greatly when I heard that Leah was now kind of the new queen of the Real Housewives of New York, and that the point was to bring on her friends, and that she was going to decide or suggest who would come on next season. I hope that was an overstatement, because I'm not sure if this is all that different, if I'm going to be here for it. I like Leah, but Leah on her own with a bunch of her random friends, no, I don't think I would be there for that. No. Yeah. So anyway, we'll all have to see, and I'll keep an open mind. Of course, I'll watch it, and it might be great. It might be great. But like I said, I really feel like this is a case of trying to turn the Real Housewives of New York into Rent without the death and drugs. It's very odd. I can understand trying to go from uptown to downtown, but this would be a big change. We'll see. Okay, now to the show, because we still have our original ladies. All right. Okay, 2 parties are coming up. Dorinda is having a birthday party at the Russian Samovar, which is a very fun restaurant. And Leah is having a 15-year anniversary party for her very banal streetwear line. Remember in the last episode, we saw them lay out all of the new season's collection. This is nothing. There is nothing. It is hoodies and sweatshirts and sweatpants and t-shirts. And I know everything is all about streetwear right now, and some streetwear is amazing. Streetwear can be incredible and so expressive and so interesting, but her stuff is just, I'm so confused. I'm very, very confused because it just looks like nothing, like no effort is going into the graphics or anything. So yeah, again, I'm completely confused about that. But anyway, she's having a party, and she's going to invite the ladies, but she's also going to invite all these other streetwear designers who she's friendly with, and who she you know, in her circle. Okay. Sonia is still trying to sell her townhouse. She needs to get rid of it. She desperately needs the money. In the meantime, she, of course, has to rent it out, and she's even having trouble finding a renter. She's still trying to work on redecorating it as cheaply as possible, and at the same time handling her clothing line. See, this is why I don't know what is going to happen with Sonia by Sonia Morgan, because she's I'm not going to say lazy, but she's just very scattered. If you can't handle, you know, pointing to a catalog from China and saying, I want this dress, this dress, this dress, and this dress, as well as picking out a few new things for your townhouse to make it more renter friendly, she's so easily overwhelmed, despite her endless interns and all of that nonsense. Again, with the bodily functions, again, we have to hear about that. Just please stop. In this case, it's with the dog. See, that's a part of the old Real Housewives of New York that I would not miss. I'm not saying that I want Sonia to go, but I'm saying this is all seems very old lady to me. You know, your dogs, your old dogs, problems. I'm just not interested. Okay. LuAnn comes to visit Ramona. They talk again about Dorinda. Just, you know what? Honestly, I'm getting tired of this. You're not going to do anything to stop Dorinda's meanness. When she feels like she's being attacked, when she feels like people are calling her names or accusing her of anything, she's going to turn on you. And you're not going to fix that. This is something that is I think this is part of who she is. It seems to be getting worse. I don't even know why they bother, as if they can fix it. This is ridiculous. You cannot fix it. Down in Mexico, you know, Ramona sent those articles about, you know, how to recognize anger, an anger problem, which was ridiculous. And then she basically put it off on LuAnn and said, well, why don't you talk to her? You fix it. You see what you can do. You can't fix this. And it's really silly to assume that you can. Ramona, Dorinda is never going to listen to you, especially not you. Okay. Apparently, Ramona is in this huge fight with Elise. Ramona demanded that Leah not invite Elise to her Married to the Mob party. And of course, Leah was like, I'm not going to do that. That's ridiculous. No one's going to tell me who I can and can't invite. So Leah still invites Elise. Ramona and LuAnn express how they just don't like her. They don't think she's a girl's girl. I don't quite know why she didn't click with the group. Yeah, this kind of having her as a friend of this season was basically a failure. Nothing against Elise, just it didn't mesh well with these ladies. And as soon as she came on, for whatever reason, I feel like they started feeling a little bit threatened by her, and Ramona didn't like it. And she immediately decided, no, I want her out. I want her out. And I think they'll get her wish. I don't think Elise will be there next season. Okay, now we are at the Married to the Mob party, and yeah, the space looks appropriate for a streetwear party. It is, kind of a little bit slummy. The party is, again, full of streetwear designers who are not at all like the Upper East Side, Upper West Side crowd. This is much more Bedford-Stuyvesant than the Hamptons, of course, naturally. Dorinda calls the space a dungeon. She's right. It's a little gloomy. She's, of course, incredibly overdressed. All the ladies are going to be incredibly overdressed, except Leah, who's wearing kind of a funky dress. All right, Elise shows up. I'm trying to deliberately forget the name of Leah's sister, but I still know that it's Sarah. So Sarah's there. I don't care. And then here comes Leah's snooze fest of a mother. And, LuAnn kind of gets it. She comes in and she says, you know what, we're downtown. This is streetwear. So she's kind of excited that it's something a little different. Sonia is really happy with the different crowd and a different venue. She's like in a candy store. She's just hitting on everybody. She's like, wow, look at all these men. These are real men. She's in heaven. Now, Ramona, of course, arrives with a stick up her butt because of Elise. Ramona says she feels like Leah is her daughter and she's so proud of her. Really? Okay, I still don't understand where that comes from. Ramona completely ignores and then just disrespects 100% Elise. And she is just going to basically turn her back and walk away from her and act like she doesn't exist. Elise calls her narcissistic and sick. Ramona calls her evil. And then Ramona tries to run away. Leah follows behind her. Elise is really upset and tries to kind of grab Ramona by the arm, which is a big mistake. So the whole thing is a big mess. And yeah, I do not think, if Ramona is coming back next season, I can tell you Elise is not coming back next season. But I don't know how much power Ramona has on the show now. Apparently everything is Leah. So Sonia is just whoring it up. She's got this 1950s looking cocktail dress. It's so funny. It's just like two different worlds. She's like this kind of like socialite from the 1950s, from Mad Men, from like a cocktail party out of Mad Men, in this, streetwear designer, downtown, kind of space. And it is funny. Leah's dress kind of looks like it has mud or something worse thrown all over it. The colors are very questionable, very dirty, but she has an amazing figure, so of course it looks good on her. Leah gives a nice little speech. It is evident that she's already starting to get a little drunk. She thanks her sister Sarah, and then she gives, in the course of this speech, she gives Sarah 15% of the company. Again, she's been drinking. Leah's mom tells her that she's proud of her. God, Leah's boring. This party sucks. And I feel like I'm looking at this and saying, oh my God, how low has Real Housewives of New York fallen? Are we looking at the future? I hope not. I hope not. But no show lasts forever. This too will pass. Everything has to change. So I have to tell you something funny though. After Leah leaves the stage, she immediately goes up to her lawyer who's there, and he reassures her that her drunken promise of giving 15% to her sister is not binding. So she's not going to do that. She just blurted it out. Okay. All right. So the next day, LuAnn calls Ramona to see if Ramona's okay after running out of the party. And Ramona's just like, I can't stand negative energy. I am such a positive person, which is why I have so many friends. And so she said that she's absolutely 100% done with Elise. All right. LuAnn is meeting with her ghostwriter because she's writing a book about her life. Why? No. I don't think this is going to become a New York Times bestseller, but okay. Anyway, the writer hands her like 30 pages, so I guess it's like a treatment or a sketch of the book, of the story. Okay, so apparently LuAnn's dad was kind of a mess. He also went to jail. He was a drinker, so she's trying to draw parallels between his mistakes and her mistakes, blah, blah, blah. No family is normal. We all have these kinds of things. What is going to make this book different? What is going to make people care about it? What is going to make people buy the book? Because I don't think LuAnn de Lesseps, that name, is going to make that many people buy the book. No. Okay. But LuAnn, I can't. I just can't. She says that she knows that her father knew what it was like to have shackles on his feet. She, I guess, had to have shackles on her feet and her arms. So she's like, we both had shackles on our feet. And suddenly I understood him. Oh, God. That's really sweet. That's nice that you found that bond with your father. She says everything like she's so proud of it, like it's so cool. That's what's strange about it. Everything kind of embarrassing that has happened to LuAnn, she's turned into fabulous. It's fabulous. I'm fabulous. So if I'm going to be arrested and resist arrest and I'm going to go to jail, I'm going to do it in a fabulous way. All right, it's Dorinda's birthday. This is even more touching because we're losing her. She has invited old friends and, of course, the ladies. She invited John. Okay. The party is at Russian Samovar. We also find out that there's another party coming up, which I guess is going to be the last episode of the season, the finale, which is Sonia's drag queen party. Okay. It's going to be a drag queen bingo to raise money for LGBTQ plus charities. Okay. Ramona is pretty shocked to see John, but you know, Dorinda says, well, we want to get to a place where we have a friendship. He was in my life for 4 years. Okay. Sonia's phone is a mess. Sonia's sitting there trying to figure out why her phone is dying, and Dorinda reaches over and realizes she's got like 50 million apps open. Like basic phone hygiene. Don't leave 500 apps open. So Dorinda's just trying to help her by just, you know, swiping up, getting rid of all the apps and going through. LuAnn sees this and she chastises Dorinda, saying, put that phone down. You know, we're at the table. Remember, you said this in Mexico that we weren't supposed to have phones at the table. And Dorinda gets annoyed. Now, honestly, LuAnn and Ramona are just gaslighting Dorinda with the anger thing. They're like, oh, you're getting angry. You're getting angry. And yeah, so I mean, again, if anything, it's just, yeah, if you want to make her angry, keep telling her, oh, you look like you're getting angry. Are you getting angry? You look like you're getting angry. Yeah, she'll get angry. Okay, John gives a nice toast, and he seems to realize they are not getting back together again, which is good. Okay, this is a little bit, this is interesting. I kind of knew this was bound to happen. Since LuAnn decided that she was going to start drinking again, interesting choice, she seemed to be able to control it. She seemed like she was, you know, just having one or two or whatever and drinking slowly, pacing herself. Well, tonight she's slurring her speech. So since her problems, this is the first time I've seen her drunk and that I've heard her definitely slurring her speech. So we'll see how well she really can maintain the drinking thing. We'll see. Only time will tell. And of course, LuAnn's toast is all about what? LuAnn. Naturally. She goes on and on and on and on. She won't give up the microphone. And then finally, she has to give one of her drunken happy birthday to you. Totally out of key. Totally just, you know, drunkity drunk. She has the worst voice ever. Dorinda takes it very well. She's really funny. I mean, I am going to miss her. Dorinda says, oh my God, it's like an SNL sketch. It's like a Saturday Night Live sketch. And it totally is. I mean, LuAnn is that character that Kristen Wiig used to play. She did it a few times where it was, I think it was supposed to be like back in the 50s or the 40s, and she was a socialite, and she was entertaining people in her home, and she'd be like, oh, you're gonna make me sing. Oh, don't make me sing. I don't want to sing. Oh, you're gonna make me sing. I just know you're gonna make me sing. Don't make me sing, because she's dying to sing. That was LuAnn. That was 100% absolutely LuAnn. So that was kind of a cute way to end it. And we will see, we'll have the finale, then we'll have the reunion. And then, you know, sometime over the next few months, we'll know who the new cast is going to be. And I will reserve judgment. I'll reserve judgment on all of these changes to all the shows up until I actually watch the first couple episodes, because I might be pleasantly surprised. You know, next season might be great. I don't know. I'm going to keep an open mind. But you know, I'll be here for you, recapping it, no matter what. So Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, please comment. You know I love your comments. I always find the time to answer. And thank you for just the kindness that you guys have shown. I mean, I'm new, I'm just building, I'm a very tiny content creator at this point. But I get very, very excited by every new subscriber. And yeah, I just get happy to share this with you. And so I want you to take good care of yourself. And I want you to be good, but not too good.